Hey ladies, welcome to Woman Talk. You know what's interesting? A lot of men will hear everything I say and their first reaction will be frustration, confusion, and even anger. And honestly, the reaction makes sense because from their perspective, they don't think they were doing anything wrong. They were following the blueprint. And that's the part no one is really saying out loud. They were taught this world would work. A lot of men today were raised with a very specific belief, not settling down too early, keeping options open, and more importantly, that they could come back later and choose a woman when they were ready and she would be there. So in their mind, they did everything right. What wasn't accounted for is that while they were moving one way, women were evolving in another. Women didn't just sit still and wait. Women built lives, built income, built independence, built standards. So now the same behavior that used to be tolerated feels like a liability. And that disconnect is where the struggle is coming from. Men have not yet acknowledged or accepted that the leverage changed. There was a time when men had built in leverage, not because they were better, but because women needed them more, financially, socially, even for basic survival in some cases. That's not the reality anymore. So when a man shows up offering inconsistency, low effort, entitlement, control, it doesn't land the same because he's no longer needed in the same way. It's not that he's no longer needed, he's not needed in the same way. And that shift is new for a lot of men. They're trying to apply old strategies to a new world, and this is where the frustration really comes from, because the strategies that used to work don't work anymore. Delaying commitment, now it reads as instability. Talking to multiple women and sleeping with them, now it reads as reckless behavior. Expecting a woman to adjust, now it reads as selfishness. And instead of adapting, a lot of men are doubling down, blaming women, calling them difficult, saying they're too independent, when really the strategy itself is outdated. Self-reflection wasn't a part of the original blueprint, and here's the uncomfortable part. This shift requires something a lot of men were never taught to do: look inward. Not what's wrong with women, but what am I actually offering? Consistency, emotional stability, value, respect for autonomy, leadership without control. That level of self-awareness was never part of the original script. What a lot of men don't realize is that this is not about performance, it's about mindset. A lot of men approach this like it's performance. Say the right things, do the right gestures, play the role. But that's not what's being asked for. What's being required now is a mindset shift. And that's harder because it can't be faked long term. And yes, to men, it can feel unfair. To some men, this feels like the rules changed in the middle of the game. And in a way, they did, but the deeper truth is the old rules were never sustainable. They just worked in a system where women had fewer options. So what's really happening? Men aren't struggling because women changed. They're struggling because they were never prepared for women to have a choice, a real one. Not a choice driven by survival, not a choice driven by pressure, not a choice driven by fear, a choice based on, do I actually want this? This is no longer about competing with other men. It's about competing with her peace, her independence, her standards, her life. And if what's being offered doesn't make that better or even worse interferes with it, then it's not rejection, it's a decision. She's choosing herself. Ladies, please thumbs up the video and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement is what tells YouTube to show this video to other women. Hey ladies, quick pause for a second. Did you know I actually created a space for us to connect outside of the comments? Because let's be real, a lot of us are bonding under these videos, sharing stories, agreeing, laughing, and sometimes you're thinking, I wish I could actually meet women like this in real life. That's exactly why I created Pink Filters. It's a community just for women where we can talk freely about whatever we want. And there's even a built-in friend matching feature if you're looking to build your sisterhood or meet new friends who actually get you. So if you've been craving deeper connections, this is your place. Go check out pink-filters.com and I'll put the link up at the end of the video.